Hi guys, this is Natalie from Nat and Sandy Yoga, and today I want to share with you 3 static yoga postures that you can alter a little bit to make them more like a mobility exercise, or basically practice more active range of motion instead of kind of just doing the usual static postures, or maybe using the floor or legs or arms to bring more space into the joints. So using a little more strength and creating more stability. And Sandy and I talk a little bit about this on episode 6 of our podcast, The Yoga Addiction. So if you guys missed that, I'll link that in the notes below and you can check it out. Okay, so the first one is going to be a modification of tree pose. And there's a couple different ways you can go about this. So the idea is to, let's go with the first one here. So tree pose, Vrikshasana. Bring your foot inside your leg. This is the regular to do, and then have your arms however you want, depending on what you're teaching or practicing. So instead, we're going to come in very actively and draw the knee in, and then do external rotation. So bring your knee to the side, just as far as it goes. You'll notice if your hips start to turn, you just stop there. And then you're going to try and place your foot on your leg without using your hand. So something like that. And then the other way is you could have them in tree already. So you kind of take some time, thank God for my wall. Take some time in tree. So maybe give your students, if you're teacher, some time to just feel the normal shape of the pose, or kind of normal, more what they're used to. And then you're gonna pull your foot off of your leg and hold there. So one or the other, and you can probably figure out some different things you want to do there. And then your standing leg is really fired up, so your glutes, for me the left side, is like really engaged, and then you're doing some work here with your external rotators, your abductors, using your hamstrings to bring your heel in closer to your bum, and then release. So it's a lot more active than what you're used to, especially for your students who have practiced more, and that's maybe more of a restful posture for them at some point in their practice. Okay, the second one I want to do is kind of prep towards, well, it could be a couple things. You could have prep towards Natarajasana, dancers, or standing hand to big toe pose. And so similarly, I'm just going to have my hands on my hips. I'll show you from the side. Actually, I'll show you from this side. So I'm just going to bring my knee into my chest, and I'm not going to grab. So sometimes you come here, and that's great. So we're just using the muscles in the front of your legs, your quadriceps, your main big hip flexors there, to pull your knee in. And as you pull your knee in, your pelvis will probably want to move a little bit, and it's your left, for me, my left glute's job to keep everything straight and strong, and same with the quads on the left side. So you're really active in the standing leg, like super active, and then pulling your knee into your chest. And from there you can just practice that, or you can straighten your leg forward a little bit. Again, really active with the knee straightening. And then that can be something in and of itself, or I like to go here sometimes, bring your heel, squeeze it in towards your bum, and then point your knee down towards the floor. So again, if you're going to do this as part of prep towards dancers or Natarajasana, just have your students keep their hands on their hips, because as soon as you tell them to reach back, or if you tell them to reach back and don't touch, don't grab, they won't listen to you. So just have them kind of squeeze in here a little bit, using the hamstrings on the bent leg a lot, and then maybe you can make it a quad stretch, or you can go from there if you want. And I really like that one because you take the back bend out of it. So our hamstrings and glutes have the ability to do a lot of work in yoga, but often if we're in a prone position, which I'm going to go to next, so lying on our bellies, our lower back will want to do a lot of the work. So that one's really good to kind of keep everything integrated and really just get those specific muscles that you want to work. Okay, last one. A little bit of work in the shoulders in a locust or Shalabhasana. So here, I'm going to keep my legs down for this, but you could definitely integrate them, lift them up. I just worked my legs so they don't really need to lift. I'm going to lift my chest, draw my belly in, and then lift the hands. So step one is a hover, and a lot of us do this. So you're kind of retracting your shoulders, usually using your rhomboids, some shoulder stability muscles there. And then another thing you can do from there is come into a cactus arm and keep your shoulder blades lifted. Take your forearms parallel to the ground and have your elbows about the height of your shoulders if you can get them that high. And then you're pulling both your shoulders and your elbows back. And then from here, you might do some internal and external rotation. So I like to make fists because we tend to kind of just move the wrists and not move our arms. Fists just keeps your wrists straighter. And then from there, you can pull your hands up, maybe a little higher than your elbows. And then maybe the other way, so lifting your shoulders. And you might not get clearance from the floor, but you're kind of pushing your hands back and up. So you're kind of rotating at the shoulder joint. Your rotator cuff is working here in different ways. And then the opposite way. Whew. All right. So I hope that was useful for you guys. Just some really, really simple ways to do the normal stuff in a bit different of a way that helps us create more stability in the body. And if you like this video, please let us know just by hitting the thumbs up. You're welcome to subscribe, and if you've subscribed, there's a little bell beside the subscribe, which just gives you an alert when we put a new video up. And besides that, it is really easy to stay in touch with what we do if you sign up for our newsletter, which is just a once per month kind of summary on what we do. We don't bug you otherwise, and it just has a list of all of our videos and our podcast episodes, any other free resources that we come up with. Okay, and then you can also follow us on social. So we have Instagram and Facebook, and we're at Nat and Sandy Yoga. I'll put that in the link as well. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope you learned something, and we'll chat soon.